What's up YouTube? My name is Lexi. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about this whole saga between Drake, LeBron James, and DJ Akademiks. There is so much to be said about their friendship dynamic, and it's just fascinating to watch for me. So we're seeing concepts like blind loyalty, we're seeing things just like manipulation, we're seeing just how much money does not actually evade the need of healing. Just putting that out there. Okay, friends bring you gold, don't bring you back if you are Caribbean. So I just want to get into all that and give my unsolicited 2 cents about it all. But before I get into any of it, I do hope that your new year is still going well. Also, if you like my vibe, please subscribe. Now go grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab whatever's going to make you comfortable as you're listening to me. And let's get into the video because I got a lot to say. So we are here to discuss yet 2 more bad decisions that Drake is just compiling at this point. Very bad decision that he is making post the beef with Kendrick Lamar. Yes! If anybody needs to just be sequestered and just like kept in a hole, incubated or whatever, it is Drake at this point in time. A few days ago, he released his song Fighting Irish, and I'm listening to the song, and I also thought it was funny that you were trying to release this song while you were in litigation with UMG. Like, what are you doing? So essentially they went and they said, nah, you gotta be quicker than that. We're taking that song off of the internet.
Not on my watch.
They were flagging people's YouTube channels who was basically doing like a review, content review of the song, and they were just like, no, we're not playing that. If you're gonna have these games with us, then we're gonna have these games with you, and you are not about to get it. You are not bigger than the program. Before UMG took it down, I was able to listen to the song, and I was listening to the song, alright, and I'm hearing it, and I'm just like, this is giving very like depressive, like kind of like a mindset about where he is at, blah blah blah. So I liked the song, but as I'm listening to it some more, I was just like, wait, is this particularly aimed at LeBron James? And I feel like once I made that connection, I was just kind of like turned off again, because I was just like, here we are, and you are. It's petty. So now instead of it being a track that's kind of more reflective that I could hear some kind of growth or whatever about, it's more so like, no, I'm going after this person because this person hurt my feelings. This person went to the pop-out show. This person was dancing around. This person was out here like, you know, not standing up for me. Like, I'm hurt about that. To a certain degree, I get it. I do understand. But I feel like, I think I just don't agree with the way that you're going about that, because I just feel like there's just certain things, especially as a man, like this is very like high school girl kind of situation. And I think like I think maybe that's why I don't rock with Drake the way that I used to once upon a time, is because like as he is growing, like a lot of those qualities that you would assume a man to kind of like do, like he just does the total opposite of it. I think that as a man, I'm not a man, but I mean, this is just kind of things that I respect in a man, to be able to handle any of like their issues, you know, handshakes, conversations, face to face, like let's talk about it, let's have sit downs, let's you know, have discourse about certain things or whatever. And if it can't be rectified, then all right, all hands off and you move forward. But that's not the energy that Drake is giving, and I feel like I'm very bothered by that fact. This is the guy that has so many accolades, this is the guy that everybody is rooting behind, but it's just his personal character and development, etc., etc., is so stunted, and I hate that for him. Next day, we are still online. Not we, but you know, next day I'm online in my online scrolls and travels. As I'm going through my scrolling, I read this story about this guy, Chris Blake Griffith, and he's a stylist that Drake had apparently worked with some time ago. So Chris, he has his own situation that's going on, and that's not going to be included in this video in this moment. We're just here to talk about Drake. So he's having his own personal situation, his own litigation that's going on, and he figures, you know, Drake has a big platform, let me reach out to Drake, see if he could help me in this way. And Drake pretty much just says no. So Drake gives him a whole speech and condonement about, I don't condone snitching, I don't do this, I don't do that, I have a code that I live by, blah blah blah, you can't just use my platform. And I'm just like, Aubrey.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
This is the same guy who went complaining about, bots and oh my god, and my numbers are so down. Like, you're the same guy who was complaining about Kendrick, which is exactly what Chris said to him. Chris was just like, but you're talking about a code, but you're also the one who aren't you suing UMG for XYZ? He's just like, oh, my situation with UMG, like, that's not no street shit. Like, that basically is the same or equivalent as Nike, the company that has been working with LeBron, pretty much endorsing the idea that he is cheating on his wife, Savannah. And that is the comment that has set the internet ablaze. The issue with this statement being made is the fact that in Fighting Irish, one of the lines that he says is that, I'm just going to read it off my phone. God forbid we ever got to tarnish your public image. But he says it's so weird. It says like public image. I'm just like, oh, whatever. But anyway, that is the line that he says in the song. So the timing of making that statement right behind Fighting Irish or whatever, it's just like, okay, so now you made this song that's a public diss track against LeBron James, and now here you are again sabotaging his marriage. Now you're causing drama in that man's home. And let's just take a moment. Savannah James, Queen Savannah James. Savannah James is one of the most beautiful women that I have ever laid eyes on. If LeBron plays around about Savannah, that's just bad management of self. I'm not gonna lie. I have heard rumors about him liking snow bunnies and stuff like that, but I've always prayed that it was not true, because I would like to think that there is a man of stature or a man of value or a man who is, highly regarded, and he could still be a wholesome family man. I love the image of LeBron James. So now we're going to fast forward, and this is the situation that's kind of going on. Akademiks ends up reaching out to Drake. Akademiks says, hey, is this true? Did you say this? And Drake pretty much says, nah, that's just some guy who's out here trying to get clout. So Chris goes and he's just like, oh yeah? So then he basically sends out a whole like video scroll image of like their text messages going back and forth. And it's just like, no, this is not fake. This is real. So Ak gets on his platform and he calls the Chris guy. And these two are having this long discussion. And Chris pretty much opens up the conversation and he's just like, before I get into this, like, your platform is, so connected to the street, so connected to the industry, like, your credibility means a lot. Basically, like, he's encouraging Akademiks to use his platform wisely and don't let people just come up and lie to you. And that's what I want to talk about. Drake is in such hot water with everybody, with his situation, with his labels, with himself. Like, he is in such hot water with everything around him. And instead of him taking time to actually figure all that out, he is using every last bit of resource that he can to just like manipulate what the public is hearing about him. So now you involve DJ Akademiks. Akademiks, he's a controversial content creator. We cannot take away the fact that this man has created the platform that he has created just by being himself, being on streams, being entertaining, like, whether it's good or bad, he's going to give an opinion or whatever. My issue with Akademiks is always when he starts to talk about women in particular, and certain things that he says, what he stands for, the way that he sees women or his views on women has always been like very problematic for me personally. Not every single thing, but there are some times where I'm just like, you're pushing it too far, i.e. that whole situation between like his review that he gave of like SZA and Kendrick Lamar for the 30 for 30 for song. Like that whole take that he had with SZA and Drake, completely uncalled for, and it was disgusting to listen to, wholeheartedly. But anyway, once he gets off the phone with Chris, he pretty much confirms like, yeah, like, Drake lied, So then he's starting to kind of talk about the song, and he goes into this whole rant. Now, Akademiks decided to pick up the mantle for another man and pretty much jeopardize his credibility, jeopardize his platform. I'll just let Akademiks take it away with what he says.
Newsflash for LeBron. Yo, LeBron, I talked to enough whores in Canada. I've talked to enough people. Maybe Drake will keep teasing it. Let me just tell you what I've heard. Yo, LeBron, you and Drake used to go on two-mans, okay? You've been cheating on your goddamn wife. Drake used to facilitate the host, and basically, essentially, you can't dance to a song about him being a pedophile. He used to supply you with the bitches. I'm sorry, my nigga. Yes, if I'm Drake, I snitch on you too. Sorry, buddy. You can't do that. No. You've been living a lie, and everybody been thinking you're this perfect guy, but when you come to Canada, I know some of the whores. When you come to Canada, you know you come to certain places. I'm supplying you with the white women you love. You don't even like black chicks. White women. I'm the guy. So when I bring the tings, and I'm hooking you up, when Kendrick drops a song saying certified lover boy, certified pedo, you're the first one to say, whoa, me and Drake done did some two-mans. He ain't never bring no underage girl. What the fuck is you talking about? Or how about you shut the fuck up and don't dance, don't crip walk, don't do nothing, and how about you go win some championships? I'm sorry. I'm snitching on you.
Akademiks picked up the mantle, and he's going to bat for a man who would not even do a portion or lift a finger or do anything of the same sort for him. Do you not realize that Drake does not support you? Drake has never come on your platform. Drake uses you as a mouthpiece. Whenever he wants to like get a message out or whatever, that's when he's reaching out to you.
When he needs you, he'll send you DMs, he'll play old buddy with you, but he really don't fuck with you. That's why niggas are treating Drake like this, because he's a fuck nigga. How you showing him mad love, he don't show you no love? You think Drake shows you love? He's using you as a free a billboard.
But there's been times where, you know, you see the clip of like Ak going onto his live and he's just like, oh, dip from my live.
Yo, Akademiks, dip from my live, man. Real talk.
You know, like, he doesn't show you the same mutual love that you keep showing him. And Akademiks, like, he's such a stan, he's such a fan of Drake or whatever, just because of his music and what his music represents to him and stuff like that. And that kind of blind loyalty is so dangerous. Not only for Akademiks or somebody with a platform, but in general, in life. Just being blindly loyal to somebody because you think that they're your friend, they're your mans, they're whatever, that kind of blind loyalty will lead you to nowhere. That will lead you being in situations where you have no business being, and that will lead you in situations where you end up looking stupid because you're going to bat for somebody who is not going to go to bat for themselves. Let that person walk the plank by themselves, you know. Use your discernment enough, especially as somebody who is in the public eye, somebody who does have a forum, somebody who does have a lot to lose or whatever. You need to make sure that you're still going to put yourself in positions where you're not going to lose the thing that you worked so hard for. So now Ak goes on to this whole rant, and now he has low-key incriminated himself as well. You have also made yourself liable for a defamation lawsuit. Ever since this beef with Kendrick Lamar, like, Ak's whole platform has been so crazy. Like, he's just been so biased, so crazy when it comes to Drake, and not even giving a shred or an ounce of accountability.
I want to let you know you don't have to be a bitch nigga all your life. You don't. After this show, you can get one of these real niggas in attendance today and let him tutor you on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays till you get some of that bitch out your system. I'm trying to save your life.
As of late, I think that he's starting to kind of gain a little bit more footing with actually standing in his opinions in terms of like the moves that he feels that Drake is making, that they are wrong. But at the end of the day, he's still going super hard and riding hard for his favorite artists. And you have to be able to be like, yo, let me chill. Let me analyze the situation. Let me let this play out or whatever. Like, don't let Drake become your entire persona, because Drake is not doing that for you. Drake is using you. Drake is using you for access to the people. Drake is using you for control of his public image. Drake is using you because he knows that you are a big media platform. And as much as he will get on streams with like Aiden Ross and like that other guy that was in like Canada or whatever like that, like he'll get on these like streaming platforms that like Loki I've never really heard of, but whatever. He'll get on all of these other platforms, give all of them support, and they don't ride for you a portion of as hard as like Akademiks does. And I think that is actually like really messed up. Drake is a master manipulator. Right now he is crashing out. He is burning everything that's in his path, and he does not care about anything like that. And people like that, people when they're in that crash out mode, the best thing that you could do for somebody that's crashing out is like check on them from afar. If they're really your friend, check on them from afar. And if not, let that person crash out by themselves. Let them have their moment. Let them come to Jesus. Let them figure out who they need to pray to. Let them figure out their demons. Let them battle that by themselves, because the worst thing you could do is become a liability. And the thing is that person's going to crash out. They're going to toss you in the middle of mess or whatever, and they have no regard for the blowback that happened for you. After he went on this rant, he came on stream, I think today or whatever, and he was just like, did I crash out? Did I whatever? And everybody's just like, yeah, you bugged out. And he's just like, well, I don't do apologies. And he pretty much still stood 10 toes down on what he said. Realized that he put himself in line and visibility of like bigger platforms. The sports world is bigger than the rap world. The fact that you didn't even contemplate that would have been problematic for you is crazy. So he's on so now he's being plastered in bigger spaces, saying these like crazy things about LeBron and his public image and whatnot.
I don't do apologies. Hey, and whatever I said. I just got to be honest with y'all. I love LeBron. LeBron, one of my favorite basketball players. I'm gonna reach out to LeBron. You know what I mean? That's my guy. Because, I want him to play till he's 60. It's kind of interesting. So on this LeBron thing, I've seen so many people. So here was the first thing. And this told me how big LeBron was. Pause. Because, of course, we talk hip-hop all the time. But this shit bled into another. And I guess, I don't know if you know, sports is bigger than hip hop. It bled into I seen pages tagging me that I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
He did say that Drake didn't put him up to it, but that's not the way that it appears, and it looks like you're being manipulated, or like it looks like you're being puppeteered. And even if you're not being puppeteered, you still should never crash out that hard behind somebody else. To LeBron James, he's one of the more squeaky clean people that we do see in the media. He is a family man. And my issue, I am a woman. I am never going to sit down. I see a lot of like the guy reviews, male reviews, and they're just all, oh, bro code. Oh, don't, why are you snitching like that? Oh, oh, you're messing up things with this girl. I'm just like, I am a woman. Men really don't see cheating like it's like a really detrimental thing, but like it is very damaging. You are a married man. You shouldn't even be in a position where this could even come up. It shouldn't be a conversation to be had. It shouldn't even be something where somebody online can come up and crash out or whatever. You should never put yourself in a position where you can lose the very thing that you have to work so hard to maintain. If you love this person, why are you even putting yourself in a situation where that could be threatened? So whether he actually cheated or not, I don't know. We the public, we don't know. These people might have an open relationship. They might have some kind of arrangement or whatever. Or most likely, he's not cheating at all. For LeBron James, him being the monkey in the middle in this situation, that is a great life lesson about the alignment of friends, alignment of being around people that are on the same wavelength as you. They vibrate at the same frequency as you. Iron sharpens iron. There is so much riding on LeBron James, a lot more, even more so than Drake. In their situation, yes, you could be friends and you could be acquaintances, but being so closely tied to somebody like Drake who is pretty much a 40-year-old child, a Drake who is a crash out, Drake who is an emotional person, Drake who is somebody who cannot self-regulate, Drake is somebody who eventually will present themselves to be a liability down the road. And that's exactly where we're at right now. And I think like there's sometimes like you want to have hope in your friends. You might see like their problematic attributes or whatever, but you want to have hope in them because you love them and you want them to be the better version of themselves. But sometimes as you're watching your friend and as you're watching them still continuously stay in the same place of stagnancy, sometimes you have to leave your friend. You have to know when to leave the party. Your friends are your team. Your friends are your people who is gonna like uplift you. You have to be very particular about your friends. And when you notice friends who have certain patterns like lack of discernment, certain patterns about like beefing unnecessarily, certain patterns of just being completely liable for like emotional crash outs. Like when you see certain attributes of the way that they present themselves, you have to sometimes just either pull them to the side, reprimand them privately. You have to tell them sometimes like, hey, I can't be affiliated with XYZ that you got going on because you're gonna mess up things for me. In terms of Drake and his relationship with LeBron James, Drake very much so gives a very jealous friend. Like, the thing about a jealous friend, sometimes like you'll have a friend who is somewhat envious of you, envious of some kind of light that you have in your relationship. And as you are being the light, you're being who you are, you're shining in your purpose or whatever, the fact that you merely exist and you're able to do that and you're still able to garner like love, support, whatever, sometimes that light aggravates the hell out of somebody else. I think that Drake is somebody who wants or yearns for true partnership, relationship, marriage, but that's just not something that he's been able to achieve in his almost 40 years of life. Meanwhile, LeBron, he has like kids, he has this family, like he's stable, he's this guy. So despite how much money he has, you know, like I have had these conversations before with people, but sometimes like the money that you are able to garner or the money that you have, it has no replacement for emptiness. It's no replacement for feeling like you're not actually getting the thing that you want. It's no replacement for the inner healing work, or it's no replacement for the areas where you are lacking. Like, money does not fix these internal problems that somebody is having. But Drake, the fact that he was so like comfortable or whatever making a statement that potentially would have put LeBron's family in jeopardy or put him in a position where he would have to, where he might have some trouble at home or whatever. And that always seems to be Drake's little like go to when he's beefing with people. When he's beefing with people, he's always going for people's girls, their wives, their family. Like, he's always trying to get in between that family dynamic. And I don't know if it's just because like he has his own issues that he's just not like settled with in terms of his own family dynamic and what it is that he wanted for himself, or his upbringing. Like, it's something about the family structure that he just hates. That's the one way where he's just like, I'm gonna mess up your home. I'm gonna mess up your home. Whatever I can do to mess up your home, that's it. That's my card. That's what I'm gonna do. And I just think that that is such bitch behavior. Once you have a jealous, envious person somewhere in your circle or somewhere looming around you, you need to do whatever you can to get away from that person. Just get all the way away from them. After this whole situation with LeBron, now I'm hearing that Kendrick Lamar and Pusha T are about to come out with a whole new track. And who knows what that's going to sound like, you know? I don't know if it's going to be a diss, or I don't know if it's going to be whatever. But if I were Drake, I would be very nervous about these two particular artists who have defeated me in a rap battle teaming up to be on a song. I would be quivering in my boots. If he had just minded his business and he had just stayed low and he had just focused on his craft and focused on his artistry and just been a better person in general, this whole thing would not even be happening for him. So, you know, this man is about to have a lot of problems in 2025, and I am glued. I'm here, and I'm going to be listening to it all. One thing about me, I love music, so I am going to be listening to it all. I might do commentary on it, who knows, but I am here for the mess. Drop down in the comments, let me know how you feel, let me know what you think about this whole situation. What do you think is going to happen for Drake in 2025? Because I think it's about to be a crazy year for him. But anyway, that's all for this video. Take care. I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.